How's it going, guys? Welcome once again to Gaming Gent, and we're gonna continue on this series of small guides about specific topics on Game of Thrones Winter is Coming. And the one that we're doing today is about research. I was gonna say talents, but that's the previous video. Research and how to make the best of, get the most out of it, how to improve it, how to where to put your points, and in which order. That means troop types, expeditions, defense, offense, etc. So the first thing that you need to know in a very basic way is that right here is where everything happens. This is your Maester's Tower. It's your main investigation building or research building. Okay, you can see your current research bonus. You can see it on your lore. You go to your profile, you go to details, and you'll see it right here. If you hover over it, you'll see where are these bonuses coming from. That is the first thing that you need to know. What to research is one of the most important questions. If you saw our first guide about the best possible start, you'll see that the first priority that you should have is elite troops or tier 3 troops, at least one of them. But going even more basic, you need to know that research is something very important in this game, along with construction. You will many times will be stuck or bottlenecked by it, so it's really important that you take as much time as you can in researching for it and trying to know what is the best way to do this. All right, so we said that the first thing that we could do is, that we were supposed to do, is to get tier 3 troops. But most important than that is do not spend points on research that you do not need. Only do the ones that you are required as a part of your progress, meaning story quests or regular quests, depends on whatever the game is asking for you. Some of them will look very good, but they would only end up being a waste of your time. You need to be efficient here, okay? So that's why tier 3 troops are very important. Now, which ones should you go for? That's a very fair question. And this brings us to the 4 types. You have infantry, spearmen, bowmen, and cavalry. At first, we thought that bowmen were really important because they had better capacity on waiting. They could carry more things, they were quicker, blah blah blah, and it turned out to be that they're not really that important. We used to think that it was that way, but they're not. They're mainly a defense unit. When you put them on the wall and you have good damage on them, they become very important for you to defend either your own castle or maybe a great objective like Winterfell or King's Landing. But that is the only thing. That's why they go all the way down to the 4th priority. First priority should be cavalry or spearmen. Why is that? It's because infantry is the one that dies first. So it means that you will die. You will lose more troops either to the hospital or death. You will lose most of them, and this will be a smaller or a slower process. That is left for people that are paying a lot, or whales pretty much, or people that are spending kind of heavy on the game because it's a good way for them to lead. These are people that are going to probably have a very high level bannerman hall, and they are the ones that are going to carry the guild in terms of initiating rallies and being the first one to attack in a castle siege and everyone rally behind them. So those guys will focus on infantry. You, a normal guy that wants to, put his sense in, you should focus on either spearmen or cavalry. We are recommending cavalry because it seems like the best option to go in a rally with others. Also because if you take, for example, King's Landing, you'll get a bonus to it. But it's the next one in line. Infantry will die first, then cavalry, then spearmen, then archers. But because of this triangle of weakness and that you could see, I believe, in the right here. You can see it right here. Hold on. All right. Okay. Hold on. Where is it? Oh, right here. And in any of them, you'll see the counters. Okay, so infantry will be weak against cavalry. And why is that? It's because of morale. We already explained that in the previous video, but I'll do it as short as I can right here. Morale is really important, or moral, I don't know how, I think it's morale. It's really important because when you have two armies crashing onto each other, whoever dies first, start dying first, will kind of debuff the rest of your alive troops. So if you go with, I'm gonna be really exaggerated, but if you go with tier 3 and tier 4 even, but half of your troops are, or a quarter of them are tier 1s, they will die first, which means that the stats on the remaining alive troops will go down. So that will cause losses that you do not need. So that's the reason why you don't rush that you don't rush military until you are tier 3 and beyond. So it's really important that you know that when you are researching and when you're sending troops. That's why a good rule of etiquette is that when there's a rally going on, you do not send your tier 1s and sometimes tier 2. You need to send the strongest so you get the casualties to the minimum. So bearing that in mind, you see that infantry will die first, but infantry is also weak to cavalry, and cavalry will hasten that process, lowering the morale. So that's the reasoning behind choosing cavalry before lances. Okay, so that's really important. After that, if you see the way that we're going, we are just focusing on growth and development. So we're not focusing on being like the most badass in all PvP. So that means we don't advise to put too much points on defense. You do not need defense right now. You're playing in an alliance, and that's a much better way to play this game. That means that when you have to choose between attack, defense, and HP, you choose HP because you're always on a rally. You need to take care of morale. So that's one of the reasons. That's why you don't need to spend too much on defense, because even if you do, and if you focus all your research on defense, some whale is gonna come. It's gonna be a lot bigger than you, with way more stronger armies, and they're gonna rape you anyways. So be useful, be smart about it. You will win, you will lose. That's the way. It's a war game. So bear that in mind at all times. After that, the next priority that you should focus on is expedition. And an expedition is found on on this tree, which is expedition and pacification. And of course, the game will ask for you, but you will first unlock the first level that will allow you to farm horseman level 1. That's also a priority, but it's really obvious and it's really cheap to do, so it's pretty much self-made. That's why I didn't mention it. But you should go on and focus on this line as a whole. Do not just go by the ones that are better. Just go all the way to level 8 in each one, because that will allow you to get to level 4 pacification, which is what I'm working now. And this will open very interesting skills for you, and that will be, for example, inspiring speech, which will give you initial might when you fight, and you will also get better levels of chivalry and other things that will increase the amount of times that you can attack horsemen and the level of horsemen that you can attack, your motivation regeneration, everything will be improved that way. That is good for you because you can farm your sets, you can farm better, more times. But especially it is good for your alliance. Every time that you kill a horseman, it will drop a box, and that box will be for you and one for each of your alliance members. And that is the way that you grow in this game. You need to be with people that are doing the same things as you, so you can grow together and be on your full potential. For example, I just did the Spanish version of this video, so I probably don't have many boxes right here, but this is like 5 minutes in here, and you will see that, for example, these people, well, I didn't clear them, so this is what I got on the last time. So you get a lot of these little boxes, and these will be really helpful for you and for everyone. So if I claim them all, I probably will have a couple there, and that will add up really fast. Day after day it will add up, and it will be very good for you and your alliances. Okay, so that's about it. And there's one more point that is really important that you should focus your research on. Like we said, tier 3 cavalry. After that, you should start working on your expedition, but you should also go for building mastery, which is on the production tab on the first one. Get this to level 8 as soon as you can. After level 8, it will be too costly. I mean, 26 days to maybe save 7% is not that great, but up to level 7 it is worth it. So go for it as soon as you can. It will make a huge difference on your construction. So those are kind of the 3 things that you should be working on right away. No defense. Once again, do not go on defense. They will have you anyways. Learn to hide your lord, learn a strategy, but don't spread your points all around, because you will be good for nothing. You will be okay and everything, but you won't be good for a single thing. And what you need now is to be in an alliance and to have everyone going to the same goal, and that will help you get better. All right, so that's about it. And also I wanted to show you a new tool that the guys at GoTWiC had just released, which is, hold on, let me find that in just a second so I can find it. There you go. We have a research calculator, okay, and it's on GoTWiCtips.com. Let me show you the address. I'll put it on the description, of course. But they have just released a research time calculator, which is pretty cool. You just go in it. I'll just do an example because it's not that easy as other calculators. But let's say we want to know how long it will take for us to get archers, for example, tier 3 archers. So let's go to elite archer or bowman. And of course, it only has 1 level, so let's go level 1. Okay, so it says 13:05:44. What you want to do is that you want to go to the total time in seconds. You want to copy that. Okay, and then this will be at 0 when you start, and that you will paste it right here, and right here you will put your percentage of bonuses that you have, and that's, you can find that out going right here on your, like we said at the beginning, you know, details right here. So let's say I have 114, so let's just type that in, and this will give me the time that I need. So it's good for you to plan ahead, you know, especially for events, which I already told you about. Get all of this together. A nice, smart utilization of speedups will get you a long way and will help you a lot. But this is a really nice tool for everyone to use. Congrats and thanks to GoTWiCtips.com. It's a really useful tool, and they also have pretty nice guides right there that you can check out if you don't want to watch a video or just want more information. And they also have this little graph, which is pretty cool, which explains what the most common misconception it is about the percentages of the bonuses. Because until 100%, it is true that 100% will give you a 50% reduction. But beyond that, there'll be diminishing returns. So, like exactly he says right here, the higher your research speed, the less that you're going to get out of it. While 100% research speed results in a reduction of 50%, meaning that 1 hour becomes half an hour, 200% research will not get you to 15 minutes. It will get you to 20 minutes because it's 66%. So it's important that you know that. Get to 100 as soon as you can, but still do not go too far ahead because you won't get too much of a boost. That's a graphic there. You can just go ahead and read it right there. But that's about it. It's an interesting topic. There's lots of these, so we're gonna do a guide for each one. But I hope that I have answered everything that you need to know about research. Remember that your research time will get frozen, or it's like a picture. When you press that upgrade button, that's the time. You can, after that, you can get your master set off. You can get everything off. Other ways to improve, maybe that's a little basic, but ways to improve your research. One is the tower, of course. Upgrade your tower, better times. You can also equip your lord with sets that will help you get research bonus. For example, this one, the Grand Maester set, which is obviously an investigation set. Bear the better benefits to it, of course. Now there are three tips that I can tell you about equipment on research. One, some people advise you not to get the chest or the robe. And why is that? It's because right here, let me show you. Okay, here's the master set, and here's the robe, which I got, of course. It gives you, of course, 1.09 research speed, but to unlock it and to upgrade it is a really slow progress. It's going to take you a lot of time. So what they advise is get the champion set, get your chest higher, and you will get on blue level, you'll be getting almost the same, but in purple level, you'll get a little more out of it on research. And why is that? It's because the champion set is really easy to farm. It's easier, way easier than any other set to farm. Also, you can, this is just a recommendation. I got it anyways because I want to have the full set bonuses, which unlock from blue and beyond. So I just wanted to start there. And the other thing are the accessories. There is the Eye of Ryler will give you a very good research speed, and it's really easy to upgrade. So work on it as soon as you can. Both the Eye of Ryler and the Heart of the Ocean affect construction and research, which are the most important things. So work on them as soon as you can. And then there's this new set that was just released, which is the Rebel End set, which will give you two chances for, or two pieces for construction, two for research, and a brand new one for training speed. But since we're talking about research, you'll see that you have the Kraken's pendant and the 7-pointed star pendant. Right now, just get the cheaper one. They're the same, just one of them is more expensive because they're probably trying to put a tap and luxury, but that's up to them. So that's another way to increase it. Commanders can also improve this, and that's about it. Get it as high as you can. Don't go too far, of course. Don't go 300, research speed. But that's about it. Next time, I'll probably talk about construction. What is the best way to do it? Which one are the buildings that you should focus on or get more of? But that's for another video. I hope that you had a great time. I also hope that this info is useful to you. If it is, please let me make this channel known. I am a really small channel. I am actually a Spanish channel, but I'm doing my best to try to make it global for you, for everyone in Europe, Asia, Brazil, etc. I really wanted to bring this content to you in a very professional way. So hit the like button, subscribe, and please share with your buddies or with your alliance members. Maybe we can get something on here. Have a great one, and I'll see you on the next one. Thanks.